Let's hear from you. What is the issue? Good afternoon.
that we've always had problems in our marriage since.
Let me speak up. Tell me how you meet this man and why are you here? What is the reason why you are reporting the matter?
Okay.
Yeah. And you
I
let me
met
speak
him.
up.
I
I
met
can't.
him when we were in the university. He was almost in his final years, like 400 level. I was in 200 level in Lagos State University, and we had an understanding. And we met in May of 2020, 2005. So in December thereof, we married traditionally, and some months later into our marriage, we did our court marriage.
Hmm?
We did our court marriage. We had a license to our marriage. I can't remember the dates precisely, but it should be in 2006 that we did our court marriage. In 2007, I had my first child. Before then, I had a series of issues medically concerning my delivery, always having miscarriages and all that. But to cut a long story short, every small argument leads to him beating me like constantly. But I was so naive in the relationship then, so we were carrying on. But most times, any small quarrel, it will end up in beating me mercilessly. I remember vividly a particular occasion where he pushed me out naked at the balcony. Our balcony, we live on the estate, low income housing estate. So coming out of the balcony, I was naked because I tied wrapper. He pushed me out of the balcony naked, so I had to bend. He used mop stick and railings from cutting to beat me with injuries all over my body. I went to report to his stepmom that lives around us at Yano School, some distance away from Iba Housing Estate. And the stepmom told me that there's nothing much she could do, that even if she calls him, that it's such a stubborn stepson that they didn't have growing up together very easy. Maybe because she's the stepson, a stepmother. So, but she encouraged me. She said, don't worry, marriage is like that. And me, I don't have a mother. Though my dad was alive then, I didn't bring my family into the picture, hoping that the woman gave me a very good advice. I summoned up courage. I continued with the marriage. So severally we've had issues. I won't lie, issues that it will end up in him beating me. But this recent one that made me come here was on the 24th of July on a Saturday evening. A colleague of mine, because I teach in a school, a colleague of mine was to wed the next day, being on a Sunday. I went to the tailor to get my clothes. So coming back home, because previously I was very ill, a day before that day, very ill to the extent that blood started coming out from my nose because I'm hypertensive. So I was asked to have maximum bed rest. I was on medication and all.
The illness is it the result of his beating?
Yes, ma'am, because I was not hypertensive until I had my last baby. But I feel the illness came as a result of the worries and all the troubles I've had all along in our relationship. So a day before the 24th, I was at my workplace. I noticed that blood started gushing out from my nose. My boss gave me a first aid, and I called my elder brother, who happens to be a medical doctor. He was so worried. He sent medications, asked me to have bed rest and all that. So that Saturday evening, I was at home. I just came in from my tailor, who lives just in our neighborhood there. I placed my two legs on the center table of our living room, and my head tilted back to the um, couch in the sitting room. He came from where he was coming from, hit my leg off the table. Wait till which property you bring, come here, take your leg off here. You sit down for my house with your legs on the table. I told him, please to allow me. I'm not in for this trouble this time. I'm not feeling well. My third daughter ran into the kitchen and got a small seat for me. All this that Yoruba call akoti. The girl just brought the seat, knowing the reason why I placed my leg on the table. My daughter ran into the kitchen, brought that small seat. I placed my leg. He still came and pulled the seat off. And waiting I bring come from this place. Now, which property I get for here. I noticed that he was drunk because he drinks. But I didn't capitalize on it because I knew that even in that condition, he should still know what he's doing. And I was just saying, please, I don't want trouble. It's like, this your trouble has gotten out of hand now. He now told me that I must get out. I'm not, I don't get respect. I
That's
put
why you
leg,
said you cannot have this or this. Go ahead.
that I put leg for table. He went into the, because we have a refrigerator in our sitting room. He went in there to get soup to warm. The previous day, we made the soup, which he contributed 1.5. We bought fufu and the soup that he went inside to take. He got into the kitchen, warmed the soup, and he was ready to eat. This time around, he had left me, so I placed my leg back on the center table. He pulled it forcefully away from my leg, and I told him that I don't want your trouble. That it's like this, your drinking has started making you to behave like Kolomenta. We started abusing each other while sitting on the chair. The next thing, he stood up with the food in his hands. Then he pulled his sneaker, he pulled his trouser, and with nakedness, you understand? He pulled his trouser like this and did me like this, naked. I told him, I started abusing him. I said, that this drinking don't make you, something else don't come up for you. That what has gotten to this stage? Wait till we don't talk now, when you don't come out trouser, they show me your naked butt, abusing him. Not too, a family friend of ours came into the picture, into our house. A female husband and wife. I knew them through him. They came. I didn't know my most senior daughter, who just finished her senior WAEC,
Kelly.
called called them that they should please come home. My mom and my dad
Sit
had
here.
started.
Your name on channel while I'm looking for this place. You can't find battery in the whole world again.
My senior daughter, who happens to just finish her WAEC, called on her family friend, husband and wife, whom I knew through him. They came into the picture. They were like, "What is the matter again?" So I started
Better your phone
expressing
come back.
my feelings. I didn't even know my senior daughter called them. I just felt relieved within me that these people came into this picture so quite quick. So I started explaining because they already know our problem since we've known ourselves. So I was not explaining to them. My husband came out from the room, we started cursing each other. The next thing, he had some iron from motor parts in the sitting room. He said he was going to use the iron to injure me. And I told him that he cannot, just. And each time we quarrel like that, neighbors know, the whole estate, especially people within us, they know that these people have started the game. So those two, that couple that came, were not able to control the whole matter. The next thing, my husband brought out machete that he was going to kill me, he was going to kill them. So they now started telling me to run out of the house. At the state my husband is now, let him not hurt somebody. According to the man that came, the man said he called our pastor because the man happens to be a church member also. So everybody were just trying to see how the matter can be resolved. This time around, I was downstairs in my neighborhood, and I was crying, actually crying and saying all sorts of the pain I've been going through in our relationship for the past years we've been married. Only for him to come down from our staircase. People who were around me noticed that he was coming. They all ran and abandoned me. I mean, I didn't really notice what was. I just knew that I saw him coming. Probably they thought he was still with the machete. So everybody ran, and he came there, pounced on me, and it wasn't a small matter that night. He beat me until neighbors came to my rescue, pulled me into um, one of our neighbors' apartments. That I just decided that I needed justice. It's out of hand. In this time, my immediate older brother called my number. I didn't know that family friend that came. She's close to me, so she had my Muslim brother's number on her phone. She tried reaching my Muslim brother, but he was not, his number was not getting through. She called the wife. So I guess it was the wife that put the call through to my immediate brother. So I noticed that while I was in that my neighbor's house where people came to rescue me from his hand, my immediate brother called me and was telling me about this thing. In fact, I don't know. It's okay. I'm talking to your husband. Just climb up. Just, you know. I said, I won't climb up. That he's with machete. He will kill me. He said he has spoken to my husband because they're friends, kind of, with my brothers. I have spoken with my husband and nothing like that will happen again. I should not worry. He persuaded me. And it was because of that, my elder brother's persuasion, that made me, I climbed up. So climbing up, my senior brother over the phone now decided that I should just narrate what happened because already they know all along how we've been quarreling. So my senior brother now told me what happened at that kilo shele for me that day, and now started explaining. While I was explaining to my brother over the phone, my brother told me to hold on, that my husband's call is intersecting the call, that he wants to answer my husband's call. Only for me to notice, because my husband too was inside the house, notice that they were abusing each other over the phone. So after a while, my brother called me back. Your husband is not serious. I thought he was reasonable. Look at what he's doing, what he just did. And me, I still a beggar. I still was telling me that he was going to show me that I should stop talking. That all what I was saying was lies. Or I don't understand how my brother said it. So my brother now said, okay, if that's the case, it's like he doesn't like the way we have been pampering this matter over the years, hoping that he's a friend, he's a young guy like them. And this time around, whatever decision I want to take, I should go ahead. And I said I decided to come to the human rights.
Check with the phone.
I got the referral through a friend to Shasha. So getting there last week, they now referred us this time. But the issue is, I am the whole matter is over me. We have 4 children. Over the years, we decided to just cut the two of them. We started taking care of two financially, and I started taking care of the remaining two, the last 2 kids, and he took the first 2 kids. Right from when I had those children, of course, as a mother, I've been playing my own small, small role. But since I had my third daughter, he hands off school fees totally. I'm a teacher in the school where I work. They give us resentment, and of course, we have time into our payments. Do you understand now? So in this case, the bill was accumulating, hoping that some parents, because of how the situation is in the country, they delay in payment. So at every time, my madam will help me carry over, hoping that my husband will. So at a point, my madam said, this money is getting too much. We can't wait again. The best thing is I'll be removing it gradually from your salary until you and your husband sort. I noticed that he said he was not going to pay, he was not going to do anything. I started paying for my salary. In this same matter, I had my fourth child, being the only male child I have in that house. Right from the day I had that baby, to the antenatal, to the payment of the delivery, I footed the bill. It wasn't hurting at that point because I just looked at it that what's there. Actually, I don't even need to let people know how matter is with me, especially when it comes to financing my family. I registered when I was pregnant with that child at the health center. I had that baby at the health center. Can you imagine how low and small the money can be as at 7, my son will be 7 years old. Till the day, because in the health center, if you have baby like today, the next few hours they will discharge you because they don't have so much bed for people to spend over the night. But that day I had baby around past 7. So they helped me till the next morning. The next morning I was calling him, come and pick me. He said they should leave me there, nobody to help, of course. All through the time I've been having children, no mother, I don't have any more. He has a stepmom, but he didn't want the stepmom to do what Igbos call omugo. I've always had 2 of us will sit to the caring of the baby. Nobody comes to help me. I don't have any female elder or younger sister. All my brothers, all my siblings are boys, and they're over ahead of me. So in that period, I started calling him, please come and pick me. That these people don't allow people stay over in the health center. My husband said, no, they should leave me. Maybe he was thinking it's a regular private hospital. A friend in the neighborhood brought a car and picked me from the health center. I even had to tell the lady that, please, in case my husband asks you, the 5,000 naira I paid last for this money, help me, say na you give so that I can get the money back to do other things while at home doing the but my husband did not pay the money. The lady brought me home. The lady brought me home that day, the next day of my delivery. My husband was angry. Why did you bring her? Look at her. She did not do anything in the house. She did not clean. And people were telling him, because people who came to visit us were like, how can you expect a woman who is up to 10 to do some little cleanup? You will be man. You feel even stay help her. You know, all those kind things. But I didn't see it. We carried on. Having that boy now, since I had that boy, I registered that boy in school. He only paid a little money, maybe about 9 or 10,000 naira that year. I added mine into the fees of that child. Till date, I've been paying that boy's school fees, making 2 children. These other first two that he decided to be doing their own bill, their personal needs, I still do it because they are girls. All he does is pay the school fees because the school fees needed to be paid before resumption. As soon as he pays, he buys a little provision for them. Other things, their pocket money, calling and all that, those children will disturb me. I do everything for them. I don't even bother because I see that his focus are in this game, but he's not appreciating it. At every small thing, he's fighting, beating me, wanting to disgrace me. He tells people that was before then, I picked up a course to further my education in teaching. Those kids were a little small then. I go for courses over during the weekend. You know, children naturally. I don't have any.
Those kind.
I don't have any help, like a housekeeper to take care of them. I leave them over the weekend from the course. I work Monday to Friday. Then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was having that course in a college. I didn't know of Soya College of Education. I leave them at home. Though when I leave them, I lock the door. I tell them, children, counsel them, don't do this, don't fight. But before I come back, children, they will they would have messed up the whole house and all that. He will complain to people and he will tell them he doesn't know where I went to. And he knows that I enrolled for school. Even the school fees, while with him, he never showed interest of paying for me. He never disturbed me. I paid through my salary because why as I work, I do a job. And it's from their job I try to pay my salary. I still foot the bill of the 2 children he already has that he's taking care of the school fees. I just see him like not appreciating me. And at every small annoyance or every small thing, he beats me, he's angry. He tells people, say, they waka 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 waka. Waka waka na, I work from Monday to Friday. And the next moment, he's going for my course for the weekend. For all this period, he tells people all sort of things, but still, I still swallow it. I see him because he's a jovial kind of person. He talks, he's a friendly person. So I see it as, in fact, while I was pregnant with that my fourth baby, that boy, I had the first 3 girls. 7 years later, 6 years thereabout, I became pregnant with this my fourth child and a fourth boy, a fourth born. Do you know that he will be telling people that he doesn't know how I got the pregnancy? I was thinking it's joke. Up till now, he says that he knows as I take born that boy. You don't know who give me belly. All these things just started becoming too much. Not until this last fight. And I decided that I don't think I can swallow all of these things anymore. I remember a case, there was a period he brought, in the course of trying to raise these children, we needed help. There's this cousin of his in the village, the daughter, Eberechuku. He brought the girl from the village when the girl was very around 9 years old. Not long, Ebere's mother died in the village. So he had to take Ebere for burial. On their way coming back, they had accident on Okada that cost the girl her leg. The girl stayed into, he had an injury on the hand. So that made the girl stop staying with us. The girl now became matured when I had this my boy. He still told me that Ebere is still itching to come back to our household. Within me, I just felt, let me just use her coming back to compensate her. Since her last coming was injury after going, and let me allow Ebere come back. Ebere came back. What I saw that my husband was doing with that girl in my house, I still covered it up for him.
Sleeping with
Yes,
how we get.
the girl then was, the girl would have been matured at that time, maybe like 16. She's matured, fully grown now. How did I get to know man? As at while the girl was there, my husband would buy small small things so we could be communicating with the children. Children would spoil the point. He said it was not the phone anymore. So as soon as Ebere came, he bought a phone. So now, since Ebere came, I see Ebere as family. So I didn't get angry with the way he was behaving with Ebere. Ebere came, he bought a new phone. He communicates everything. He just pushed me out of the picture. But within me, I felt I was enjoying freedom of at least somebody is there to help me with the kids. If I go for my course or if I go to work, I will be free. And I didn't know I was already digging my own grave. One fateful day on our estate, before now, the power supply become very constant now. Those days we don't used to have light. Ebere's phone was off. Or I think Ebere's phone was off. He had to call me. He didn't have any choice than to call me that night. My husband doesn't call me. He doesn't give me money. He doesn't. He pays Ebere. They will buy food. They will do. Ebere will communicate to me. But I was saying, just cook, just prepare. I was thinking I was enjoying the freedom. I didn't know that I was causing problem to myself. That day, my husband called me that please tell Ebere to open the door. I now noticed Ebere's phone was off. I now went to tap Ebere from the bed. My instinct just told me that follow her to the door because there was no light. I tiptoed actually to the door. As I got to the door, I heard my husband over the gate asking her, how are you? Are the kids asleep? Yes. How about the auntie? She said she's asleep. Okay, open the door. From the gate, I started seeing my husband caressing this girl, kissing her. I stood for a while in shock and I was trying to format the whole situation that this girl bears the same surname with my children because the father of the girl is his cousin. I started formatting that no, this can't be right. Immediately I cut the this thing. I was like, I just clapped and said, so this thing has been happening. Maybe again, my husband said, whatever I want to in short today, I will kill you. He started beating me, fighting me that day, man. But I didn't care. He was hitting me. I just dragged the girl to my room. He said, very rich. So this thing has been happening in this house. He refused to tell me. The girl was just, all her countenance. In fact, she didn't have much to say because she knew that she has disappointed me. Because he brought the girl. But when it comes to the girl's personal needs, I foresee getting able to apart her ways, everything. My husband begged me that period. He knelt down, begged me. He was going to make love to me. I should not worry. Everything, please, he's changed. I enforced the girl leaving my apartment. Ebere, he didn't take Ebere straight to the village because Ebere came from the village. So for the father of Ebere not to notice what happened, he took Ebere to his own younger sister's house that resides in Abuja. Gave them the impression that I don't want family member. Until today, none of them called to ask me, "Wetin make you pursue Ebere for house?" And I did not tell them. In fact, Ebere's father called me from the village because then he started telling them he's very good at trying to arrange matter. For me, now he make me the talk. Ebere's father called me from the village. He said, wetin happen? Why you pursue Ebere from house? I said, Uncle, did your brother tell you what happened? He said, Ebere say me I don't like to see family. I said, let my husband use his mouth. It's not from me you will hear. But if he doesn't tell you, it's okay. Whatever impression you have concerning me, no problem. I'm ready to live with it. But if he cannot open his mouth to tell you what I saw or interview your daughter Eberechi, then I will know that you people in your family, you consume a lot of evil. Because of my husband constant pleading and begging, though a few friends in the neighborhood knew because I had to open up. I didn't tell his immediate family. Till today, nobody in his family
If you not tell somebody in the family and you are narrating him to the public, are you not selling him, selling yourself? It's better you don't even say to anybody. Public and his immediate family, which one is
the reason why
uh,
public came into play because that night, as I caught them in that act, he started fighting me, beating me.
it would
So
have been
people
better
came
for his
in.
family
Man,
than
I've
that.
always gone to report one or two issues to them, but I just see that I was not getting help. I wasn't getting help from his people, possibly because maybe they don't want his problem, or I don't know. I can't just place, but I have not gotten a positive help from them. All the while I've gone to lay one or two complaints to them. His elder sister and Ebere's case went by. He brought another, his younger brother, immediate younger brother, was to wed in 1 year, I think 2010. He told me before the wedding that some family members will be coming from village, that instead of lodging them in hotel, that they will stay, some of them will accommodate them in the house. I said, no problem. So some days to the wedding, like 2 days to the wedding, a young girl came in. Her name is Rebecca. Ah, and the girl too, one friendly girl. You know. I said, who is this? He said, it's her cousin. Is his the girl Rebecca is his own cousin. I said, no problem. A day to the wedding, I asked him, I said, other family members you said will be coming in call. He said, the brother decided to lodge them in.
Right. Right.
Yes, ma'am. That the brother decided to lodge them in a hotel. I was with that Rebecca.
Not by two.
This new story now is about Rebecca. Rebecca now stayed with me. On the wedding day, we got to the wedding venue. Since he said the girl is his cousin, we got there. I was sharing notes with her because it's my husband's younger brother, his stepbrother that was wedding that year. I did not notice that his brothers, his own stepbrothers, will come and meet me. I thought you said you don't have a female, a sister. Who is this person? I said, I know you're a cousin. Like, but you know, in the wave of the event, that one went by. That day after the wedding, that thought just came to me that one or two people asked me about this girl. If truly she was their cousin, they shouldn't ask. Even if it's a distant cousin, she herself should even be the one to say, uh, you know, I now call his elder brother, elder sister, because there are two that their mom gave birth to, others are 10. The elder sister, Auntie Nena, I called her. She told me, don't worry, she'll come to my house to visit me. So she came on that day. Thank God he was not at home. He saw the Rebecca. He asked the question, yes, ma'am. He questioned Rebecca, asked her, who are you? Rebecca tried to explain, this. She was just talking. At the end of the day, my sister-in-law told me to escort her to the bus stop. I walked out to our estate gate and she told me, my dear, no be saying anything, I no go lie for you. This girl is not related to us. But I tried to picture this girl is now a relation. But my brother is a kind of person that meets people, goes places. I don't know, but if he told you that this girl is my cousin, is our cousin, he has only lied to you. Just be wise.
That's your man.
I now just be wise. I now locked up. I didn't say anything. When my husband came back, that day he now said he's looking for money. He brought some bundle of money home. He doesn't know who touched it. He doesn't know who took it. I told him, I said, since me and you have been married, like we married in 2005. This my brother-in-law married in 2010. This is almost 5 years. I don't think I have turned a novel upside down. Talk more of picking your money. I should please look for your money already. I was nothing within me that it could be that girl. Because she's the stranger we have already in the house. So he now said, it's money, it's money. Do you know what happened? Immediately he stepped out, the girl now came, and his brother looking for his money. Brother is looking for his money. My brother will be sitting and drinking with his friends. He doesn't know whether his friends are taking the money. Like, the girl was just doing, I said, my hands are be all I know. I'm not touching money. It's not in my DNA to touch money. After a while, my husband called me to come downstairs. I came downstairs. This girl was in the house with my children. Only for me to go downstairs and say, he has gone to search her load. Because the girl was already preparing. The girl stayed with us almost a month plus. She was already preparing to leave. He now said he has gone to search her load. Behold, he found this money. The way it was kept. It's like the girl wants to stay. Those days they used to bundle, I think 20 naira, or 50 naira, 20,000. And he has seen the money. And he noticed that he saw some of my items in her load. If me, I like, make me I go check. All we know, collect money. I need to see some things. My body called the shake. I came upstairs. The girl will come, will go, will come. And I called her. I said, I think that day was on a Saturday. The next day we were supposed to go to church. The girl now said, and so what are you going to do? I said, I'm not preparing anything today. I want to do an environmental in this house. She said, what environmental? She has said, I said, I want to do ransacking. I want to check your bag. You know you'll be leaving soon. So that she said, Auntie, why? I've packed my things neatly. I shall, because I'm older than her. I pushed her away from my way. I went to the room where we kept her. Opened those boxes. Yes, now opened the box she had already packed up for going. Only for me to notice those days, these beads that used to rain, my beads, my underwears. And ma, do you know the kind of underwears I saw? Were my menstrual pants. They are not the regular normal pants a woman wears on normal. The ones I use for menstruation. Then I saw three of his caps. Then two of my daughters, there's this particular daughter of mine that they don't get along. She picked two of that girl's clothing, three of his own caps, my trinkets, all these bead trinkets, my underwear pants. We are not wearing the same size. So maybe she didn't want to touch my clothes. I screamed. I was like, Rebecca, you don't kill me. What are you going to do with all this? She said, Auntie, it's the devil. It's the devil. Then my husband came upstairs, saw the way I was shouting. I was terrified in the sight of all those things that I can't imagine somebody stealing. My husband started saying, I'm shouting, I'm making the neighbors hear. I said, so this thing no fear you reach. He not take your shirt, he not take your shoe. Now your cap, do you know the meaning? Even me, what she picked were my underwears that I use for menstrual flow. That if you are not reading, familiar into them, and me, I don't read too much meaning. My husband fought me because of that. He beat me that day because I was shouting on Rebecca. He was angry that I was shouting on Rebecca. Ma, do you know what now happened?
No way.
Within the 1 month,
You know the kind of tissue I've been buying. I said you don't have. And I said you should buy it from another place.
When I went to inside Alabama,
How can you go inside Alabama? Do you know the distance between Alabama and Alabama?
this market opposite to me.
If the supermarket, I cannot use it. I can't use it because it's dusty. About someone invest your
yes, ma.
comfort. You can't
True,
tell me
ma.
the whole story of this.
It's true, ma. So that period, my husband fought me because of Rebecca. And what made me even go deep into Rebecca's matter is that while Rebecca was with her within the space of this 1 month, she happens to be a friendly girl also. She's made friends with so many people on our estate. So I picked a particular close friend of ours. My husband would buy things and the girl would keep in that her friend's house. Within this space of this 1 month, my husband would sew Ankara 4 years. The remaining 2 years, he will use it to sew up for Rebecca. More than five. So many items my
The line is
husband.
past.
Yes, ma.
The girl that he was sleeping with when the girl was 16 years,
Yes.
where is it?
I don't know where he took the girl because he took the girl to the younger sister's house in Abuja. From there, I lost contact with the girl, but he knows it's his cousin's um, sister.
So your
Yes.
understanding, if a man is sleeping with 16 years girl, the girl is already matured. What? You speak like a learned person.
Yes, ma.
A 16 years girl, is it a juvenile? Is it an adult? Is it a child? Is it a toddler? 16 years girl, where do you classify 16
She's
years
a
girl?
teenager.
A teenager.
Yes, ma.
Even as your own children you have, when do you think your children should be having little liberty? As African children, talking generally, as African children, where do you think your daughter should be having liberty?
That's having relationship or
Normal, even normal acquaintance, no sex,
ah,
or
it's just because she's writing
no,
that.
just go straight to the
Okay,
point
ma.
and answer me.
Okay, ma.
Which age? At
Which
what
age?
age?
At least she should clock 20 above me.
20.
Yes, above.
So, yeah, is it now conspiracy? But you and your husband is having sex with his cousin, 16 years old. You cover it up, you bundle it,
It's not
and
conspiracy,
everything.
ma.
Then the father of the girl asks you, you never want to open up, you decided to cover the man again. If your brother did not tell you the reason why I sent the girl away, then you people are coming. How do you not say the family is covering evil, whereas you that dictate the evil did not open up to tell them? So
I
the
didn't meet.
father, excuse me,
Yes, ma.
the father of the girl become a magician, that you can see that the man have been sleeping with the underage girl. So if they've not started it when the girl was still 10 years, when she lost her mom, how did they eventually start it when the girl turned 16?
The truth about it is, I didn't meet them doing the sleeping, but because of that kissing and caressing I saw, that was what made me
When
have
you
the
took the girl
palpitation.
to your room, why didn't you inquire? Why did you ask for that?
He didn't allow me now. The next morning, he
No,
took the girl away.
not next morning. You have 1 minute, 2 minutes,
Yes.
3 minutes, 5 minutes,
I
one
asked her
hour.
a
The girl
lot.
was with you. You took
She
her to.
wasn't talking. She was just, and her silence made me feel that consent. She wasn't talking because she too was overwhelmed of the whole situation. She was just there, was like a baby. Tell me, she was just doing like this and not really talking.
Okay. Mr. Basi responds to why did you turn her into punching bags to the extent you started using cutlass?
Good afternoon.
After
I am very sorry for everything. Sincerely speaking, I don't want to say anything. I've been waiting with that.
you don't want to say anything.
I will say something.
You must say
I
something, but
just
you don't
don't
want to
want
say
to.
anything.
I
It
don't.
has gone beyond you don't want to say anything. It's not a family matter. This is a public matter. So what
I,
happened? Just that there's always an action that trigger reaction. What is the issue? Are you frustrated? Are you suspecting her? Is there any form of infidelity? Is there anything that is bothering you? What is that thing that have been the issue that provokes you almost? This marriage is 18 years. 18 years is not 8 days. It's not 8 months. Though people try to manage crisis in marriage, and that's how they keep counting years until you still end up hearing they are 30 years in marriage. We understand that the longer you stay in the relationship, the better you understand your spouse. Because if you meet a stranger and you are living with a stranger in an apartment, the more you guys live together, you tend to understand each other. Understanding will come in because you have to understand the person, know the kind of person you are living with. So if you have a wife or a husband and the more you people are living together, there is no understanding. So what do you call that? So what is the issue? Why have you been reacting the way you have been reacting for her complaint, sleeping with your cousin, bringing women in, beating her, and also alleging her that your son is not you are not his biological father, and to the extent you are not using cutlass. Can we hear your response, please?
Thank you. I'll start from the last incident that happened on the 24th. I, I've been at home throughout that. I was downstairs fixing the tires of the car washing it. I changed the tires. I did it only on Sundays going to church. I carried for sale. And the car came upstairs, made food. I've been making food for myself. Made food. Brought the food to the parlor to sit down.
Can you speak or can you be audible?
Yeah, I brought the food to the parlor. We don't have the dining. So I brought to the center. I dropped the food. Her leg was on top of the table. I tell her, please move your leg from the table. I keep telling her, I want to don't put your leg on top of the table. She refused. I hit her leg off the table.
You first asked her to remove her leg.
Yes.
Not that you came and you just
No,
hit her
no,
off.
no, 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 no. I can't lie. That was what happened. I hit her leg off the table. You understand? She now told my daughter to go and bring another stool out from the kitchen. Still put her leg on top of it again. I told her, this thing is an insult. You don't put your leg onto the table when I'm eating. It's wrong. I hit her leg off the
Your
table.
own table that you are eating or another table?
She brought another one again.
No,
And
which
dropped.
of the table did she put her leg?
The one
The
I was
table you are
eating.
eating.
Yes.
You are eating and her leg was on top of the same table.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. That was where I hit her
Or
leg.
you just don't want her to put her leg at all on any table because you are eating.
No, no, no. It was the table I was eating. I brought food to people. We have only one center table in the house. That
Okay.
was where I dropped the food that she put. And she keep doing that thing all the time. I keep telling her it's not good. Not once, not twice. We quarreled and we ended it.
Okay, what about the one the girl got? Is it also a center table?
No, that one is a small stool.
Two.
Yes.
Okay.
You understand? She dropped that one to carry her leg. I told her it is wrong. I removed.
Okay, what is your reason of removing that one?
Madam, it is wrong for your husband to be eating and you put your leg on top of the table.
I want to come. As it is it your tradition or
It
but
is-
are you aware that she was bleeding through her nose?
I did not. I never knew she was sick.
Did you ask her?
Madam, sincerely speaking, we've been living, she doesn't, we've been living, I've been quiet for more than 4 years. We've been having issues.
What
Yeah.
are the issues? Because we are not here for
Okay.
any, we are here to resolve
Yes, ma'am. Now,
so that
see,
we can look into
she
if
said-
that is the issue.
yes, okay, she said when she had my son, I denied him. It wasn't like that. She had, she was rushed to the, I took her to the hospital in the evening. She had that child in the night. The next day morning, I was to go back to the hospital. You understand? I went out to get some cash. By the time I got to the hospital, my neighbor has already gone there to visit her. Even I was one that told her. She said she was going to take food to her. She took food to her. From there, she now brought her back home. Now she's saying I even corrected. She's still alive. She can give you a number. You call her for confirmation. What happened was that where the issue of this boy issue came up was when she had that boy October. She said she want to start work. You know, the boy was a month away. Said she want to start work. I told her you can't start work. You have to stay with this boy for 3 months. I went and told her mother. The mother, I told the mother more than 4 5. Even after telling her, I said I didn't come to explain to your mother. You understand? She said she must go. I went back to meet her mother. Her mother is just behind. This is my house. The next building is her owner. I went and
Were
met
you
her.
giving her money?
Madam, I take good care of my family. I can't deny that. I take good care of my family.
How? Explain. Let's know. Let's
I
understand
provide
you.
everything we eat in the house.
Like how? You're buying the food stuff you cook, or you are giving her the money.
I buy. My wife don't go to the market. She
Why?
buys her things within the estate. We've quarreled over it several times. I buy things in bulk and keep in the house.
And you cannot give her the money to go to market and buy those things in bulk.
Madam, even if you keep not even 5,000, she prefer to buy within. I buy meat more than her. The problem is that she doesn't always agree with me. I have a customer I buy meat from that she will even go there collect meat when I was working with Trefon. I'm a photographer. You understand? When I'm working in Trefon, I have a customer for meat. I buy my rice in bags. But for the past 1 year plus now, things have changed. Since COVID, I no longer get jobs like before. We've been managing. What happened when my wife said I left the responsibility of that boy for her? My boy was less than 2 months when she resumed work with him. After a month, she said her mother said she will start paying for the daycare of the boy. I said, what do you use your salary for? You can be paid. My wife took my son to church for education without telling me. I was in a Thanksgiving at me, my pastor called me from the altar. But your wife brought your son to church for education. Where are you? I said I traveled. Are you aware? I said she did not tell me. Should I dedicate him? I said no problem. So she didn't take him to a shrine. You can dedicate him. A month after she said I should be paying for me. I said, pay. If he was my son, he would have taken my consent before we would have gone for education together. That was one. Ever since that time till date, my wife have never come to say she's sorry. She made mention of me sharing the children into two. My third daughter, the two senior ones are in Lagos State Model College. It's a boarding school. She applied for the same exam. She passed the exam because of the COVID. They reduced the number of people they took. Those ones that passed, they put them in a school near where they reside, which they put her in the state secondary school. Before that time, when the man who taught me physics and further maths in secondary school is teaching in that same school too. Now he's my children's godfather now. He was one that promised her Michelle's name will not appear, but they are going to put her in a nearby school, either Awori College, State Secondary School. I called my daughter down and told her, I said, Michelle, see what happens. They say your name is not there, but they are going to put you in a school nearby. I cannot put you in a private school. The girl concurred. I never knew she went and told him. A week after, they brought me this thing. Maybe I brought it up to my wife. My wife said, over a dead body, I thought I would not go to state secondary school. I said, why? I thought children
State
not.
secondary school.
Yes. That if I was in the state secondary, inside the state there. And the daughter will not go to. I said, it's the same Lagos State school. I don't have money to put her in a private school. These people had a very good foundation. All of them started from a private school. From 2 years. I don't have it. You know, my wife insisted. Started discussing with her friends. Mom Miriam came to meet me. She's still alive. Her number is there. The wife don't want the daughter to go to the secondary school. I see it's my responsibility. My come and beg you to provide school fees for me. My wife on her own went to register my daughter in Sina in a private school.
How much is that?
I don't know.
How much is the school fees?
105,000 for the first registration.
Subsequent
So-
one.
40, depending on the term. Sometimes they give us 42, sometimes they give us 55 every time.
The lowest.
The lowest has been, I think, 40, about 40.
Go ahead.
So
Be pointing it one after the other.
yes,
Don't I don't need too much waste of time.
so immediately she registered and then I just lock up. I didn't say anything. I was even happy she not bringing up my money to support.
As
You
a man of
understand?
the house, you are happy that somebody
No,
is
I
taking
just
your
within me.
responsibility.
Hold on, mom. I'm sorry, mom. I just you know I know I did not do that. I'm very very sorry. Hmm? I've been waiting for my wife to come and tell me sorry. Each time I want to meet my wife, she she will lock up. We don't have sex. We don't.
How long?
And the last one was the last time I went to meet her was April.
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 April which year now?
This year April.
I say
That,
you don't have this.
that was the last time I went to meet her. Which she refused.
No. When was the last you have apart from April? When
That
last?
should be around, let's say,
The
that
this year, sha.
February, yes, early this year, yes. February or so.
Okay.
Sorry.
That is where, for the girls' school owner, I said I divided. I did not. I meet up my children. I have where I buy things. Even as things are bad. My, I have people where I buy things that I can even drop their number for confirmation. I buy things. I stock the house with food.
It's not your responsibility to go and be buying food stuff as a man of the house. Everybody have their responsibility. That the decision. Yours is to love your wife. Your wife is to respect you, honor you, and you provide the needs of the house, not by going to market to go and buy. Why is she there? She have her duty as a housewife. Go ahead.
This last day, like she said, we've been fighting. We are always fighting. But I made up my mind for the past 4 years plus now. Since my pastor called us together and counsel us, I promise him I will never lay my hands on her again. She has always been the first to hit. See that she will break picture or she will break this or she will carry bottle and stone. This last one that happened, we quarreled. I finished eating my food. We sat down together on the place. We were watching TV together before her friend and the husband are talking. After like 10, 15 minutes, suddenly she brought up the issue again.
She brought the issue
The issue again
of which one?
of me hitting her leg from the table. That because I want to rest. We've already settled. We were sitting down together watching TV. 10, 15 minutes later, her friend now entered with her husband. You understand? Before I knew it, they brought up the issue again. I said, "Ah, what is this? Why are you always behaving like this?" Eh?
Why did you take cutlass? Why did you take
Now,
cutlass?
when she now started throwing, she carried when we announced, I told her, "See, you are very, very stupid." That was what I said. Eh? No matter which
Between
thing you
left or
ended,
between them?
yes, look, she carried a clip. We have a pen rubber of clip that was on the table. She now used it to stone me. Eh? I just stood up. I stood up. I went into my room. I went into my room. I went into my room, removed my clothes. First of all, I went to the balcony. When the friend and the husband were there, that she was just talking, abusing me. I just came out to the balcony.
In presence of the friends and all.
Yes, she was abusing me, calling me. I came out to the balcony. I was at the balcony. Mr. Precious, my neighbor. Now I said, "Ah, what is that?" I said, nothing. He said, he's coming to my place. I said, there's nothing. He said, well, look, my wife is shouting. I said, it's a normal thing. When I climbed up.
What have become normal?
Mhm. That was how neighbors feel the house. I now went inside my room. I removed my clothes. I removed my trousers. I removed my top. I was on my posters. I closed my door. That woman's husband, Mr. Precious, 19. I said, please, it is her noise that brought you to. Ask her, did I beat her? Did we fight? Not people should go and tell her to keep quiet now. So people came in now. I've been telling her, I've told her 4 5 years ago that, please, let's leave this quarrel and all this fighting. You understand? I don't want anybody to come in again to come and settle us. Please, I'm begging in the name of God. Ever since that time, this time, but this Saturday was too late. After 10 to 11, well, when this thing happened, I couldn't go out. I entered inside my room. The man, our best friend husband, and my neighbor dancing, man came. I said, please, you can say I don't want to talk. You should leave my room.
Were you drunk that day?
Madam, I was not drunk. I was not. We drink together. She drinks also.
What kind of drink?
I take trophy. She takes trophy also.
How many bottles did both of you took that day?
No, we did not drink together that day. I was downstairs. I think I took 2 bottles that day.
Okay. You took 2 bottles that day.
Yes.
But she did not take anyone at all.
No, no, no. I don't know where she went to. But that is not the. You understand? So I now told them to leave my home. I don't like all these people all people that came here and I don't want them to leave.
Did they just bump into your house? I thought it's noise and problem that makes them to come into the house.
Yes.
If there was no noise, what prompts them, all the neighbors
Yes,
and everything?
they came
Because we have actually sent people already. But I said no, number one now.
Who's the very for this? Oh, that's why I have to pay this for this.
We have actually sent people to your area to come and investigate the matter.
It was the same
And they
people
told
that-
us a lot of things. So why do you not say people, neighbor comes to your house like that? You ask them to
It's a noise that brings them to the house.
a noise.
Yes.
So
Because
she was just shouting,
she's always doing
or
that.
she was crying that you were beating her.
Mommy, I am very, very sorry. I've been begging my wife. What happened? I brought her before to take them out of my house. Let everybody just leave my house.
You
I've
brought
been
her
I
cutlass.
never carried cutlass for her. Heaven bear me witness.
No,
I
hold
just
on. You
wanted
brought
to-
her the cutlass to chase people out of
out
your
of my
house, not your wife.
Not my wife. Have I all the while you've been carrying bottle of have I ever wanted to carry
So this marriage is bottle and cutlass marriage.
madam, please.
So that we will
please.
hang where you people will be hanging your
Mommy,
bottle
please
and
help me. I
bag
want
where you hang
help
your
me. I love my wife. I've been begging her. Help me please, because of the sake of my children. Please, ma. I promise you I will never touch it. I've been begging her since that day to date. I have never used any harmful thing on her. I have never seen her here.
Why are you
Okay, she
bringing
said
women
I
to
sleep
your
with my cousin
Why are you
sister.
bringing women to your matrimonial home? Don't you know
Mommy,
that can't
That is my
kill the
sister.
feelings?
Mommy, that is my sister.
And
I
you are
never
having
had
affair with
anything
your
with her.
sister.
I never.
But
The-
she caught people kissing at the entrance.
Madam, nothing like that. I am telling you, nothing like that. Nothing like
Okay,
that.
what's of the second one? The one that stole your money.
The one that stole my money,
Yeah.
she is her mother took care of me and my sister when we left.
Eh?
Her mother is one of our aunties. We are from the same kindred.
But your sister did not know. You people are not related, but you are from the same
No,
kindred.
my people who don't go home, just like I see she might not know all our parents in the village. Me, I feel since I've been the only one going to the village with my dad. My younger one don't go home. My sister don't go home. We don't know ourselves. Even my cousins now. My father, they are only two. Eh? My father, they are only two. His younger brother's children. Eh? And some of us, we don't even know ourselves. But we live here in Lagos. We just started attending village meeting. They don't even attend at all. You understand? When my Amin wanted to get, because Amin wanted to get when he wanted to get it, the mother said the daughter should come and represent him. She called me. She was
Did she
with
go
us.
for the wedding?
She came for the wedding, yes.
Did she attend the wedding?
She attended the wedding.
After the wedding, she stayed for 1 month plus.
She stayed for a month plus.
Did you tell your wife that your distant cousin was coming?
Yes,
to
she's
you?
aware. She's aware.
But were you aware that the same cousin of yours took her pants, took your things, took the money, took the kids' children?
Well,
or
see
something?
what happened that day.
No, are you
the one-
aware? Just answer
Yes,
me yes
I'm
or
aware.
no.
I was the one that dictated it. I came
Because
back
you were
from
looking
work.
for your money.
Yes, I came back from work one day. I realized I was having 4,000 naira in my pocket. When I wanted to go out, I discovered that 1,000 naira was taken out of it.
Is it 1,000 naira you are looking for a bundle?
It was 1,000 naira that was removed from the 5,000 naira. I
Wow,
had
you said this thing. Now 1,000 you look for enter that gate.
Mommy, see, I noticed that somebody sneaked into my room that night. You understand? I now told my wife that I'm suspecting this girl. Oh. You understand? I went to work. When I came back in the room, and I saw money almost about 12,000 plus. I removed the money. You understand? And I told my wife that when I come back, that this girl will leave this house. That when I come back, I'm going to recite that girl. But when I came back from work, I was wonderful. I came back from work. I saw the girl kneeling down. My wife and her friend brought the girls back, brought out her clothes. That was a week to when the girl was supposed to go. My clothes, there are some Ankara that you sew in many to here. I gave her to give to a tailor who is her own mommy and her own. She sewed the clothes for her. You understand? My wife saw those clothes. Now she said today she saw three of her daughter's pants. You understand? That her own pants also. I came back and met my wife. I was one that told her I'm suspecting this girl. Eh, that she told into my room.
But I thought you went
I came back and met my
into her
wife
back
beating.
first.
Yes, I was the one. And I was going to work when I did that thing that morning and discovered it. I told my wife. But I was shocked that I came back from work. Something I told her of. She now brought an outsider to the house. They were sacking the girl back, beating her. But this thing is wrong. I told you something. You should have waited for me.
Yeah.
You understand? That was my annoyance with her. She now took scissors and was cutting those clothes I sew for that girl, tearing her things. I said, but it's wrong. We did get that home now. What will she say?
They should
You
tell them that
understand?
she stole
Uh-huh.
pants. No, when she get to I say there is always a reaction.
Yes.
There's always an action before a reaction. You came into somebody's house, you spent a month plus, and you are going away. You took the person pants that is not even your size. You took the children clothes, took her bead, took the husband three cap, and all that is provoking now. What is she going to do with her pants? And they are not of the same size. Then she have a motive.
I am begging my wife, mommy, please. If you, okay, because of the children, I've been begging you.
I see that first.
I've been begging you. Please. I love you.
Okay, the reason why are you begging her?
Please. I'm begging her. She forced me to react. It will be
But
wrong for me to
from
come out
the
and say my wife
neighbors,
is beating me.
based on our staff that was sent to come and investigate you people at that area before this date was set, from the neighbor said you have been beating her, that is not the first time. Every time you always beat her, both even at night, until that night that you took cutlass from her.
You've always been fighting. I don't beat her. I can't just go out and come back and start
The one
beating
was it. Do you know the reason why what both of you are doing there? It's also not good in the presence of the children that we need to take the children from you guys.
me, please. Please, I am sorry.
It's not about her, it's about the government.
Mommy,
Government
please.
need to take the children from both of you. The kids can't stay with the both of you. Or
We
it's a
will
toxic
change.
marriage.
Mommy, I will change. We will change. Please, ma'am. We will change. Please. Eh? Please. Yeah? I've been begging you, study, please. Please. We can stay without lawyer, please. Please, ma'am. Please.
Okay.
Yeah. Because of those children, yeah, please. Please. Please, ma'am. Please.
He will beg
No,
you.
no. It will never happen
He will
again.
still do it
Mommy,
again.
please. Please.
You
It will
still
never
do it
happen again.
again.
Please, ma'am. Please, ma'am. I will not.
This family.
You've lied so much for me. You've lied so much. How could you? Please.
I'm lying.
Please, dear, please.
He said he lied too much.
I don't understand what he's saying.
Oga, sit down. I'm
Madam,
not
please.
waiting both of you. Asking the question.
Please, please,
Leave me.
please.
You
Because
go
of
see
this
do am
children,
again. You
I
go
will
see them do am
never, I
again.
will never.
Leave me, mommy. Yeah, I've been paying all school fees all through.
Don't
my
worry,
life.
I'll be paying. I'll
I've
be
been
paying.
feeding the children.
18 years now,
four
you've never
children.
opened up to me to tell me as each time. 18 years now, have you ever apologized?
That
Have
was.
you ever, what do you do?
Apologize
Please,
for what?
I am sorry. Please, let's end this.
Please,
Please, yeah,
please
please.
leave me.
Please, yeah, I'll be paying their school
Man,
fees.
the issue now is my brothers. He doesn't even have respect for any of my brothers. I told you I don't have a sister.
Hey, your brother, did they respect your husband?
Yes,
How do you know?
many times ask him. He claims that he's older. When my father died last 2 years,
Madam, don't bring another topic. Don't
Okay.
complicate matter.
I just want my brother. You can call them. They love him. That is why they always wanted.
I've never
Each
had
time
issues
he
with your
beats
brother.
me,
I've never had
They
issues.
will
I've
still
never
plead
quarreled with them
with me.
one-on-one.
They will still plead with me. They will still
I am
want me to
begging
be
you,
there.
please.
But this time around, he doesn't even have respect. Even my pastors, we've gone far. Nobody my husband listens to. He doesn't listen to anybody.
Okay, I hope you know how we do things here.
Okay, I am sorry.
This is we are going to detain. We'll transfer this case to gender. We are going to detain your husband, and they are going to take him to. Well, first of all, they will have to go and run psychiatric test on him. If he's mentally okay or he have mental problem, it's not that. That is number one. Do you still want this marriage? or you want the case charged to court. Eh?
I promise you. Ah,
Mommy, maybe if he signs an overtaking and allow me be in that house,
Allow you be how?
that's he should not look for my trouble.
how?
Maybe
Okay, you are talking like
I
if
don't
hold
know. I'm
on.
just confused.
I just have few words.
I'm just confused. You caused all this trouble for my life. You caused all this. You caused all this.
Don't follow me close.
You call. I'm not
They-
following
they push
anybody.
you to this
Leave me.
place,
I'm not
please.
following anybody.
Eh?
I'm not following
You've been on
anybody.
fighting me. You've been on causing problem in the house.
Am I hypertensive today because of
Please.
the
Please.
he really took so much advantage of me.
Please. Please.
I understand.
Please. Please. I am sorry. Please. Please.
He will make me, I
It
will
will never
listen.
happen.
He will make me, I will listen. Listen to you on this one.
Please. 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 He said I'm beating you.
Up to now, he has not called any of my brothers. They are the only father, they are the ones who take care of me. Apart from the salary I earn, they are the ones who give me extra money that is keeping me in his house. Up till now, my brothers are so sad with him. He has not called any of them. So he doesn't respect them. He
Your
and my
brother-
most
your
senior
brother send
brother,
you money.
wait, he and my most senior brother will be now her age mate. Okay? The other ones are just below like that. But each time they want, he will be the one to call them. He will shout at them on and on. He will just curse them. So this time around, they are the only people that can beg me into this matter. I no go lie for you. I no go lie for you. You don't overtake your matter too far. He will beat. My brothers will still plead with him. I beg allow our sisters stay. I remember when my brother did traditional marriage. I went introduction. I went. My husband locked me outside. My brother had to beg all the way from Sudere, drove down before my husband opened the door for me.
Why?
Since I married my husband, no man don't come near me.
Can't even remember.
No man has come
You
near
can't
me.
remember.
Eh,
Madam, see,
Which church do you go to?
we attend the same church.
Which church now? The church no dey.
Palace Fire
Palace
Chapel.
Fire Chapel.
Palace fire.
Yes.
Palace fire. You know say na palace dey fire both of you. The good what is the what kind? Palace fire
Chapel.
chapel.
Yes. He's the one that made me go there. I was attending with him.
That's why both of you were drinking alcohol. When both of you drink finish, you take a flash. You
I
take
don't drink the way he's talking. He's just
How many bottles do
exaggerating.
you drink in a week?
Mommy,
in a day?
I
Na
just-
that day.
I am this type. I have a very light brain. If you drink, maybe you pour more in the cup, and it's just recently. I'm hypertensive. Somebody who is hypertensive don't take alcohol.
Then you take alcohol. Is it lying
Just
against you?
sparingly. I don't drink.
Sparingly.
He knows. He knows. Like occasionally.
Why do you not? That's after you drink. You not. That is when you
I-
take off. Like,
God
you take
forbid. I
Then you
don't
do
do
take
it.
bottle.
Ma, he's the one who picks objects. He's the one.
Which of the objects you pick?
Okay, like he told you that I carried that paint rubber containing clips
Mm.
because he was coming after me with one iron from motor parts. I just saw that paint. My daughter came from downstairs after packing clothes for the wash. I just saw that paint just like a self-defense to stop
You
him.
not
And I knew that that thing will not hurt him.
What have you ever broken in that house?
He's the one that has
No,
broken-
madam, answer me. I know the man is the only devil
Yes.
in that house.
I have
Angel.
not
What have
broken.
you ever broken?
I have
in
not
that house?
broken anything.
Not even a
Ask
picture.
him, he's
Your
here.
enlargement pictures, who broke them?
When he did one enlargement after my graduation from school, I just removed it from the parlor.
You broke it.
I did not. The
Traditional
thing is
marriage
still in
is
my
your personal
room.
one, you still
It
broke
is. They are
You
still
broke
in
the
my
frame.
room.
It's
The
on
only
canvas.
one man that is out of my room is that my graduation picture. Our traditional marriage picture.
You
Is
did break it before you took it down. Out.
I just removed it and took it to my room. It's still in my room
Where
like
did you
this.
say her that she broke it? Husband say you lie a lot. Maybe
The,
you
the,
lie.
Yeah.
the first picture, the first picture I made for her
Yeah.
was the first day she visited me. She was on rest.
Which one did she break?
That,
Both
that,
of
was,
you
that
like
was the
talking.
first picture she broke. The first picture
She
of her
broke it in
personal
your
one.
presence.
Yes, she was angry. She don't remove it and use it.
Were we married? It's those
And use
frame
it on me.
picture
That
that
was
boyfriend they do for
16 by
girlfriend those days.
in my own
I
house.
was
A
angry
very
with
big
it.
picture.
I was angry while I
It's
was
of
with
this
it.
size.
The thing dropped
It's
and
of this side.
broke. It's a breakable
You remove
picture.
it to hit me.
The repeat your drop.
our traditional marriage
You are,
also.
you are angry. That is to tell you how
Our
her
traditional
anger
picture
can
also.
vibrate house. You were angry and the
Mommy,
picture
he
now
knows
fell
that
and
I'm
went.
not that kind of a wife though.
Please,
He knows.
please,
He know.
Let's
I
dive
I not be angel, but he
I'm
know.
begging you now.
I'm
I'm
not,
on my
I'm not
knees.
an angel. I would not lie to you. I used to abuse him because that's the only weapon I have.
I'm
But he has all the
Let's-
strength.
Okay, now.
He has all the strength. He will hit me and hit me and hit me. And he hits me. Leave me, please. He has so demoralized me. Everybody in my neighborhood see me as. But the only good thing is that they know that I'm not a flex woman. He has so brought me out.
Do I flex?
He has so brought me out in all this constant
Sit down.
fighting.
Please, I'm sorry.
Then he's very friendly with people. He will go and paint me
And become an
wrongly.
enemy.
I don't know. I don't know. Say that so they do me. And they go school for
It's
your
all
house.
because of the way
People gonna ask you, say where your
Allow
wife
me to
dey. You go say you don't know where she can go. Okay, he's saying that he did not deny my son. Has he ever paid anything concerning that boy's bill? Mommy, I had 3 girls first. 3 girls, and you know what it means for a woman after such number of girls to have a boy.
How
People
do-
will think
how do you
I
take care
have
of
gone
it?
far or
Yeah.
done some sort to have that boy. Fortunately, God
Did
gave.
you do extra thing to have boy? Is it not God
I
that gives
don't
the God
know.
that give
You
girl
know
that
some.
give boy?
Yes, you know some
Is there
people.
any magic you can do to have a
No,
baby
ma.
boy?
That is why I'm telling you that the impression I have already is like maybe for a man wey give you belle go say no be him give you belle. E no make sense
It's
now.
just because
E
of-
no make
because of
sense.
the way you-
E dey talk am like
Ah,
joke.
come,
E dey
sit
talk
down
am like
first. Let's
serious.
ask her. How
So no
did
be
she
him
used to? You
get
said because of the
pikin.
way she do things. Tell us, how did she used to do things that warrant you say the
You
child
know
go
they give me
wife
money.
works
Mother around
my wife works in the estate.
in the same
Same
message?
estate.
Okay.
She leaves home in the morning to
Eh.
7, comes back after 8 to 9 every day. If I've not complained to her boss, I've complained to her boss more than 100 times.
You know her boss.
She lives behind us, just like this.
What
block
kind
I
of
live in.
job you should
She's
do?
a teacher. She teaches in the women's school. She's even the headmistress of the school.
Headmistress.
Yes.
Madam, school closed by 4 o'clock. Where do you go from 4 o'clock
No,
to
ma, we
5
don't-
to 6 to
we
8
don't
o'clock
close.
to 9?
I'm the headmistress of the school.
Yes, and you are not the
And I
founder
have
of
to
the
wait
proprietor.
till evening for the last child to leave the compound.
When did the last child
At
leave?
most past 5.
Eh?
At most past 5.
The same
or
estate.
6. The same estate.
So-
we run what we call extra care
Mm.
for parents who work and their children will be kept till 6. The workers will leave plus or minus, except for parents who call to say
So
hold
it
up.
took you 2 hours to trek from the estate
Man,
to your
he's just
house.
exaggerating. He is just
Let me
exaggerating.
tell you something. Stop nodding heads. Because
Sorry.
when you fail, you think the problem somebody else is sending you missiles from your village to your house. You must use your sense. You must use your number 6. The people that brought their children to your school that you're taking care till 6 o'clock.
It's not every day.
Hold on. I don't want you to interrupt me.
Sorry.
You have to listen to me. Because in a few minutes I'm talking, I'm not even in this is trying to talk too much here. I just take my time to listen to both of you. I want to ask you a question. What is your purpose of dedicating the child without
Yes,
informing your husband?
Yes, ma'am.
Of
Thank you,
arrest
ma'am.
back please from the table.
Thank you, ma'am. I had that baby in October.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, October, the term is almost, we close in December, that's the term. So after having that baby, naturally with the school, for private school, my madam from our appointment letter gives us 6 weeks and she will pay within that 6 weeks. So after 6 weeks, if you want to stay, she will allow you, she won't hold you.
Do you understand my question?
Yes, ma'am.
What did I ask?
He said, what was my purpose? I want to tell you what led. He said that I dedicated the baby a month or 2 months. I started school in January.
Leave that long. I say, why did you dedicate the child without informing him on his behalf?
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is the question. I'm
You
not
know-
talking about the period you dedicate.
I've already told him that I'm resuming school by January.
Uh-huh.
And he traveled. He was not in town. And the only way I can do is to dedicate the baby and start work in January.
Do you inform him?
He just traveled purposely so that he will keep me till 3 months. Whereas I told him that they will not pay after 3 months,
They will
after
not pay
6
what?
weeks, our salary. If I stay after 6 weeks,
Eh,
they will not pay me. Any my staying, no problem.
hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
Whether you dedicate the child, you do not dedicate the child. People take children out, but they've not. Some have not dedicated
I
the
didn't
child.
have
Some
that
dedicate the
knowledge.
child before they take the child out.
Mm.
Would you prefer money and put fire in your heart the same way you are feeling now.
Sorry ma, it's because I know he will not put, and I mean collect pay the boy hospital bill comot for hospital. I know it, I know why I did it. I may have done it wrongly, but he pushed me. The baby before that one, 7 months na him keep me for house say because I no dedicate I wasn't going anywhere. I was at home with my third daughter, 7 months not working. So I just saw it that this guy wants to do the same thing he did to me in the last baby. Let me just move. That was what happened.
Okay, why are you denying him sex? Which you know is his marital rights.
Most times,
So you keeping another relationship outside.
no ma, but I used to have infection from him so many
Have
times.
you people discussed it before?
Yes, and he would tell me, you don't know where I get it, where me I can go get infection. I even begged him. I said, the best make the two of us go hospital. Let's just go and run. I don't know whether you understand. So that whatever, if it is for me that the infection, because
Understand what?
well, maybe that we should go and run general tests.
Is
So
that
if
what you're asking me if I understand? You speaking
no
Latin?
ma, it's not human. I didn't know how it was. I didn't know. Sorry. I told him that we should go to the hospital. So that if it is from me that infection is coming, the hospital will know. If it is from you, we will just take drugs and say he will tell me he doesn't want to. I will go and treat myself. At the end of the day, if I allow him to sleep with me again, I get another infection. I've been treating infection lately. So I told him that if he does not use condom and he doesn't like using condom, so I decided to start. But even at that, he will force me, hit me, hoping, thinking that he's doing love way. He will beat me. I will not just want to make noise. I will allow him. I will still have infection. Up till now, I begged him, go and let's do
How many
tests.
times have you had infection?
I can't count so many times now. So many
Have you
times.
discussed infection issue with your wife before?
The last she was born that on April she went to she
How come
just
that both of you don't answer questions straight? First of all, answer me yes or no. If it is yes, yes, then you give me a reason. If it is no, you said no. Then you give reason. They'll ask both of you a question. You want to start from
we've never
Jerusalem.
discussed infection before.
Your wife has never complained that you are infecting her.
She complained April. She complained April. She complained April. The complaint she made was she went to her friends, visit her friend in Lekki
Mm.
without even telling me, slept over and came back the next day. This was April. And now went to meet her for us to meet. She said the last time she had sex with me, she got infection. I said,
So,
what kind of
but
insult
is it not the
this?
same question I just asked you now?
Yes.
You said no, and you are now repeating when she said she had
I
infection.
said that is the first time.
But at least she has complained once, even if
Yes.
it is half time.
That was this April. I never seen that time.
If you people can stay in the marriage for 19 years and you are behaving like somebody that just been in marriage for 2 years, a disgrace for both of you. Heavy disgrace. You have children. How old is your first daughter? Should be your first son should be 16 years.
No, it's a daughter that we have.
Daughter 16 years. So that 16 years girl watch both of you constitute nuisance in the presence of the children that are supposed to be emulating good behaviour from both of you. Isn't that a shame? You that should be thinking of being a grandmother now. You stay in the house and be drinking, using bottle, throwing bottle on your husband. Then you as a grandfather, you pick cutlass and be chasing your wife in presence of her kids and the neighbors. I'm going to detain you this afternoon so that you will use that as a lesson, because we don't tolerate all this kind of thing. What kind of behaviour is that? I will transfer the case to gender, let them investigate you more. That's what I'm going to do. We must say no to domestic violence. All this, it's not even about you people alone. What about the kids? What about the neighbors that you are talking into violence? Because others may even think you are doing the right thing by fighting the wife or fighting their husband. I'm not wedding you people. Should have done all this. You're supposed to have done that since
No, I've been
since
begging
19
her.
years.
I've
That is
been
what
begging her
both of you
since
should be
all
doing
these
to
days.
yourself.
I never
What?
carry cutlass for her. I've all the while we've been
You don't know that the neighbors
want
are
to
even
do
supposed
this.
to call police for you for using picking cutlass against anybody. Must it be your wife? That is attempted murder now. You are taking cutlass on people outside. Oga, sit down. You are just disturbing me in the office. Sit one place. Why are they calling? Please. Hello, hello, hello. I don't know. Mm. Madam, what do you do? Because you know we have procedure. The attitude both of you are putting up is very, very wrong. Then the issue of your husband taking cutlass and every time is the worst of all. You can have misunderstanding in your house, but not to that extent of taking cutlass. What must it go to that extent? And you as a woman, don't be taking up jets against your husband or anybody. That is not an excuse, whether on self-defense or anything. You guys have actually killed those children, giving emotional trauma to them. How can a 16 years girl watch the parents fighting, then she step out of the compound, people will be laughing at her? Go, just get out. You that your parents are always, your daddy is beating your mom with cutlass and your mom is using. What do you think? The both of you think about the kids at all? You are talking about yourself. Do you think about the kids that you are traumatizing? Can your daughter peacefully, comfortably walk out in that estate without somebody pointing hand on her? Do you know this girl? This girl is her parents that were fighting that day, and the father was chasing her mom with cutlass. That alone is a big trauma which cannot go. It's a stigma which cannot go out of her. What about other children that you have there? Do you people think of the kids, or you are just thinking about your selfish self? How can you have kids, 4 kids, and you will be, I will call it constitution, you are constituting nuisance. That is pure nuisance. You are not discussing till I grew up, till my mom died last year or whatever, till both of them, till I lost my two parents. I can't remember where my mom and my dad exchanged word openly in our presence. Till I grew up, they have issue. They can have issue. You can notice it from the way my mom will frown her face and all that. You can notice it from where maybe my mom serve my dad food and he will leave the food at that dining for throughout the day, and you still ask one of us to go and prepare another food. That you will sense that they are having issue, but not open exchange of insult words or throwing things that will, I mean, lead to any of us witnessing such violence. Then you live with it, you grow with it. Your daughter will feel that is the best way of relating with men, and she'll grow up with such mentality to her marriage. Then she'll be picking cutlass or whatever on her husband, believing that that is how she grew up seeing her mom doing that. They say your son will emulate you. That is how he will treat his wife or his girlfriend, because that is how you brought them up. And what makes you think the society want to have those kind of children? So instead of keeping them with you guys, you take them and give and put them in a shelter where the children need. They have to even counsel them on to take a trauma out of them. It's not about her. It's not about her. She can't stop us from doing that, because she's also involved. When you were doing that, did she stop you? Did she have her own coin? Was she not throwing bottle at you or other object at you? Did she consider she have children in that house? Some of you be do things, you just you consider yourself without considering others and whatsoever. For what? All those money, the school fees you are paying, this one is 40,000. How much is your salary, mama? 35,000. Let me tell you one thing, because I don't even want to engage myself in so much talk. If you want to counsel you people, you will pay for that counseling. Do you hear me? you will pay for the counseling where they have to bring professionals to counsel both of you and even guide you legally, both of you, not even one of you, because you don't give room to your partner to suspect you. There are things we as women we should not talk ourselves into it. There are steps you take. Definitely you are giving your spouse a room to suspect you. If your salary is 30,000 and you insisted that your daughter will not be enrolled into public school, what is your income you should consider? How much is your husband earning you should know, and you plan based on your income. You don't talk based because other people's children are in a private school, you now insist your children must be enrolled into private school. You don't live a competitive life. You live within your means, your livelihood, your income. You don't allow anybody to run your home for you. You run your home in a level that people should also envy you. If you go to private school, then probably your parents are opportunity, you are opportunity to attend private school, but for your age, probably you go to public school, but that doesn't stop you not to become what you want to become today. Average people that are managing, controlling everybody, both in the government level, millions of them attend public school. If your kids attend most private school is okay, but we still also understand that most children are being abused from private school these days. Our statistics cases that we have, most declared children are being abused from private school because there they have more time going close to their teachers and all that. So some of them take advantage of the children because you feel they care for your children and all that. They are taking advantage of them. Before you know, they started penetrating the girls with hands, with one thing and all that. And at times, some of them don't speak up. But private school, because of the generosity of everybody being in the club, everybody being in the compound and all that, you hardly see that. And if it so happen, it will still happen within the age of the children, not an adult abusing children sexually. In public school, when you notice a child is misbehaving, a girl child is misbehaving, if you watch it very, it happens between them, between the classmates, within their age mates, but not teacher. But in private school, it happen is their teachers that abuse them most times. Nevertheless, your home now, your daughter should be looking up to you and your husband. You should be grooming her on how to settle. In 2 years time, from 18, 19, if she have a male friend, not sexual friend, that she have a, you need to call her, who is this person, and you begin to guide her. But when your duty at home is to be throwing pitch bottle, the man throwing cutlass, and both of you are chasing yourself, turning yourself like two enemies in the compound, in the house, where do you expect your daughter to? What is she going to learn from both of you? And your home should be your priority first. I'm not going into that today. All that will be done in your counseling session. You can't be going to school, coming back 8 o'clock. There are certain attitude you put up. Your husband cannot love you for real. And there are attitude you put up. Your wife cannot love you. Will kill that respect. That respect cannot come. If she try to respect you, she's just pretending. Because you've lose that to your responsibility. How can you be going to school, and if at all they need somebody to take care of the kid, they should look for somebody. You must not be the headmistress. For that reason, the headmistress must remain in school. You have family, and your family come first. So people resign and stay at home, and they live on little things that their husband gives to them to take care of their kids. So why do you not have kids? The caring, the welfare of your children become detrimental to the work you are working, which is wrong. If complaint is coming from your home, then you talk to the proprietor of the school. My husband is not finding it funny with this. I think you need to employ someone else that will be watching after the children. After 4 o'clock, I need to go home. You need to prepare something for the kids, not to keep for your husband. It's with understanding. But when the understanding is not coming up, it's not agreed, my dear sister, you need to surrender. If you live in marriage for 1 million years and there's no peace, there's no marriage there. Marriage can always be sweet when there is understanding, when there is peace, when there is love, when there is respect. You don't respect him, he doesn't love you, you are just counting years and been married for 19 years, and you cannot show any example of anybody for anybody to emulate. Is that marriage? Should we emulate fighting? Should we emulate raising cutlass? Should we emulate throwing bottles? No. You should try to leave a legacy. You should try to give something that people should emulate. You should be a role model to others that are coming up behind you. If you are calling somebody, okay, at times to interview people, please, if you are being, your marriage is up to 20 years, 25, can you tell us how you keep the marriage? That it gets to this. Some get awards from us. Some 35. So if you are 19, whatever keep you in that marriage till 19, both of you have tried. But if we are watching based on what you have said now, do you think some people want to get into this and stay for 10 years, for 5 years, for 6 years, talk more of going to 19 years? No. If you're married for 100 years, what is you are escalating and they are just taking you to one stage that you should not be right. You just eventually get married at 20. Then what she learn from you is to fight the husband. What your son learn from the husband is to fight the wife, beat the wife, useless her, expose her, endanger her, and you know. Then what are we talking about the society? You are just polluting the system from your attitude and from your marriage, which is not proper. However, I want to see your daughter. That 16 years girl. I want to see her.
She has gone back to school.
She in boarding school.
I think that
Where?
University of Malaysia. Two of them are
Where?
at Greek.
Is it boarding school?
Yes, two
When
of them.
when are they closed?
Say by August 4th. I'm going to pick the second one on Friday.
Friday.
The second one is coming back on Friday.
How old is she? 14?
She's 15.
15 years.
Yes, she'll be 15 in this September.
September.
15 years. She will come back when?
She's coming back on Friday. My second daughter.
She will be done with her exam then.
Yes. Like
And the other one will be done when?
done for August 4th or 5th.
August 4th or 5th. I would like to see both of them. Those children, they need to be counseled. Yes. Because they have seen a lot of things from both of you, which is wrong. They need to. But that behavior is nothing to is something else. Children will be in the school and they will be using them as an example because of you as a man or you as a mother. I never said any of you. The issue, I never said your wife is okay with her own attitude. But the level of you going to that area is what we hate for life.
Very sorry.
Anything could have happened.
Never. I didn't do it because at the end, they entered my room. Okay, they came for peace. They brought you to my room. Even the next day, I called him and apologized to him. Hey, Mr. Chickenton, I called him and said, bro.
So if you have called them, will you have called them to apologize to them? Or in the course of you chasing her, what if the cutlass made that? Will you just call the family and say, sorry, I caught her out of mistake?
I never wanted to.
You don't need to do that because devil can push you to
I'm
do
sorry.
that.
I'm very, very sorry. And I've been begging my wife.
It's not about begging. Have you not been begging her? The begging have not been working. You are begging somebody and you did not change. How will you beg someone when you don't change? Change is change that is constant. When you beg, then you repent. You can't be begging and you keep repeating the same thing.
I've never done it before.
Is it how this thing keep fluctuating and all that? You just keep fall and go on and
But there's not even,
what do you want?
I said he has not even since that day. None of my brothers are expecting him at least if he had come
Come where?
to our family house in Ikorodu.
Madam, leave this matter. You hear me?
Yes,
Yes. We have to finish whatever we finish here. Marriage is for two people. Eh? Marriage is for two people. All this while that they have been beating you, if your brother asks you to leave the marriage and you are not willing to leave, will you leave? Will you leave? If they have asked you to leave the marriage and you are not willing to leave, will you have leave the marriage? You have been there by your decision, not by anybody's decision. And it's not any member of your family that keep you there. If you ask him, he will also have his own reason for not going there. Eh? Listen. And when there is issue on ground like this, you don't put too much family in it. Emotion will set in. You are beating my sister the way your brother will talk. Once at the end may result to something else. You are fighting my sister my brother the way his own family will react towards you might be different, might not end the way you think. So in some cases when you have issue with your spouse, try as much as possible to settle between yourself. Don't take it out, mostly to family, because they may want to take side, and because they are related to you, emotion will definitely come in. It's not every one of them that will be against you. Every 70 of them may want to be with you because of the blood, and at the end it will still affect the marriage. So however, it's just I just see him like a hot tempered person, but not that he's a wicked person. The way he's begging, you have been watching most of our cases. Some that we have sent to prison, some who have been locked up, some who have taken their children to shelter and all that. Some have who allowed the woman to separate and take their things, even they will rent house for the woman elsewhere and all that. Because of the response of their husband. Then you can see he has been begging you, even if he has begged you in the past and he's still in this office begging you publicly, there's always a second chance. He will write an undertaking, then we'll place you people on counseling, where we'll look into his complaint, your complaint, and they will tell both of you, guide both of you on how to harmonize your marriage. Nothing too serious in the marriage, but what is involved is the threat to life by raising objects. He have his own complaint, you have your own complaint. And from both sides, it still lets you understand. You might be doing something thinking you are right, but actually you may be wrong. You may be claiming rights, but of course you might be doing opposite of what you are supposed to do as a wife. And I believe from the way you are talking also gives me the light that you don't really understand that some of these things are not supposed to happen in the presence of your kids. You are not even aware that those kids are supposed to be taken from you, both of you. So it's not about you and your husband, the kids also are involved. And if they take the kids, they cannot say the father should be seeing the child, the children, and the mother should not be seen, or the mother should be seen, the father should not be seen. The penalty is for both of you, because it's both of you that are engaging in a problem there. You give this man undertaking to sign. One, go to sign not to lay his hands on her again. Two, there's a question I want to ask you, Mr. Basil, that child, are you very sure it's your son? Eh? I can't hear you.
It's my son.
It's your son.
Yes,
You are very sure.
it's my son.
You are very, very sure.
I've never suspected my wife.
So why were you telling people in the public that you don't know where she has the baby from?
It's a lie.
No, it's
Just
not a lie. You were saying that's out of annoyance because she went to do the child name without informing you.
sincerely speaking, when we got married,
Are you taking me back again to when you get married? Do you think I have that time?
okay. You see, the truth is, I is my son. He's my son. He's my son. I've seen his name.
Don't under don't write any undertaking under duress.
No.
Whatever you are going to write here, listen to me. Stop shaking your head because when you shake head too much, you lose important information. Let the head be relaxed. We are not in a mountain of fire and you are not praying. You have shake the head enough. What you are going to undertake here, don't write any undertaking under duress, under fear. What you are going to write, ensure is what you are going to abide with. If you said you are not going to be that, be sure that you are not going to, because this office will not take it lightly. If you finish, we are going to give you handbill. You go and watch our case. Number two, the kids that you agree that they are for you and you are ready to take responsibility of the kids. Whatever you are writing there, write exactly what you are capable of doing. Don't write at the end of the day you get home and you started begging her behind and allow her again to be taking responsibility. No. Number three, be sure that before you come for the counseling, whatever you feel is your concern, be very open to the counselors so that they will know areas that they will tackle. Don't come and start a fresh story. You write it number one like this, number two like this, number three, both of you. So you heard that she enrolled the child, the other boy, your boy, your only son.
But that is where
That
she
one is a
is.
private school.
Where she's teaching. That's where.
Okay. The school fees of the children, do you think, I'm not going to ask you, do you think, can you pick the responsibility all alone? Can you?
Yeah. I'll need assistance.
You need assistance. Good. It's very, very necessary. You are both husband and wife. And there is nothing wrong if your wife is supporting you in your responsibility. Then don't give her 80% of your responsibility so that you can be blessed. Everybody have their responsibility. Your duty is to take care of your home, your family, including your wife. As a man of the house, says the Lord, you are to love your wife and she owe you every respect on this earth, to honor you, to respect you, to be submissive to you. Then you have to do your own first. But God never said respect. He said, husband, you are the head of the house. A man that cannot provide for his family is worse than a failure. Am I right?
You are very correct.
And a virtuous woman keep her home. Nagging is out of it. As a good wife, you must not address issue with shouting in your marriage. You owe him every respect because you say your husband is your honor, is your crown. It's not the crown that you put it that you be displaying as the queen crown, but he is your crown. That is what God says. And you must be submissive to him in every aspect. You will honor him, you respect him, You see him as your crown, you see him as your head, you see him as your honor. That is the only way you will enjoy peace. When you deviate from performing your duty and he also shine from his own responsibility, peace cannot reign because both of you are not on the covenant lane. So we look at it from that aspect, then you talk of the other way. Mr. Obase, Base, right?
Yes,
Is practical and is normal for a wife to support his her husband. There is something that both of you have to discuss it. When you look at the income of your wife and she's spending more than her income, question it. Do you hear me? Question it. If you don't question it in time to come o. Question it right there. Madam, how much is your salary? How much are you spending in a week? How much are you spending in a month? All these things you are buying, where are you getting the money from? You are playing ajo, you play ajo from your salary, not from another thing. Are they giving you egbuje in the school? Check how much egbuje they give, because if you leave responsibility for her that is earning 30,000 and your wife is see somebody that is giving her 50,000, 100,000 as somebody that she's seeing behind you, oga, you're on your own. Don't feel comfortable when a woman is spending in your house and her source of income is little. Then you know she's sleeping around, but you are comfortable with it because she's picking your bills. But if you are picking your bill and she's supporting you within the little of her income, then that will balance the equation. Am I speaking to people?
Yes,
Are both of you with me?
yes,
So if one down for you to be insisting on enrolling your child into school where you pay 40,000 naira per term and your salary is 30,000 naira or 30,000 with little fraction. When you check 30,000 times 3, well, a month, which is one section per term, you have 90,000. If you spend 40,000 out of 90,000, how much is left with you? 50,000. And you are running your own program that you are paying, which you understand there is no program you are running that is less than 100,000 and above. So where is that income coming from? And when you are running such expenses and your income, your salary is just mega, your husband reserve the right to question your source of income, and that is where suspicion will be coming in. When it's not, you can't explain it and it's not clear enough. That the counselors will do the rest. So you don't impose expenses on your spouse when you know the person cannot comfortably pick it. You don't compare your children to go to private school when you know your husband is not having a steady income. If it's a salary earner, how much is his income? Do you consider house rent? Do you consider feeding? How much do you people feed in a week? Do you think the man is having constant? Is it somebody that have a constant inflow of cash? Did contract come once in a while, or did contract come every day? Did you people have reserve? Do you have savings? Do you have something that you are relying on? Did both of you discuss all that, or both of you are just lavishing money as you like? Edith Oseyan, some of you, I don't know if you are married or you are not married. Some of you will just pick your finger and begin to type what you like. Please, madam, don't force her into it. If she want to leave, then then it is fine. Did the woman write private message to you that she want to leave her marriage? Or have you heard her say she want to leave? Or have you heard me say madam stay in the house? Some of you should follow up case carefully before you comment. You must not comment. What is force? Someone that have been crying that the man should write undertaking, well, I should separate them. I should separate marriage of 19 years. Or you want to help her marry her husband for her. Is it because her own come out? There are so many women that are passing through her, and there are so many men that are passing through her as well. And they've not come out with their own. If she had buckled her own and she decided to speak out, you cannot, because of that, let her marriage end. There is always a way out of things. And that is why they are to be placed on counseling. So she cannot just complain, you know, say, okay, pack your things and go. Did you hear her say have you heard her, make any statement that she want to go out of the marriage? He said if the man can write undertaking, not to beat her and to be supporting. The burden is much on her, and that's why she's crying out, coupled with the embarrassment. Am I right? Am I saying this, what is in your mind? Did you say you want to leave the marriage? Have you ever written anything here that you want to leave your marriage and we're forcing you into it? Ah, you want to leave, let her go. You want to leave, let her go. It's like some of you are looking for who want to leave the marriage so that I go take over the marriage. So that is it. So you go and write your undertaking. When you get to, it's not by shouting. I don't want to ask you on air, and I don't want you to agree to what you don't feel. But let me ask you one thing. The school fees, the total school fees of the 4 kids are how much? Is that how much is it? Or the two that you are paying is how much? Let me ask you of the two. The one you're
What I'm paying is 70 plus their upkeep, according to 19.
eh?
Plus their provisions.
Eh,
And what I pay is I raise 7,000 naira draft from 5,000 and 5,000 naira for their draft. Then they go with provisions every time.
which is how much now? Just ask something.
Approximately 100.
100,000.
Yes. The provision is about 12, 13 each of them.
No, the provision is number. I'm talking about school fees. The school
70,000.
70,000
Mortgage the draft.
for both of them.
Yes. And 5,500.
It's fair now in boarding school. It's very fair.
The Lagos State Model College.
Government
It's a
office.
government Lagos State.
Then which one did you enroll them to?
The smallest one is in the school where I teach.
Oh.
So they give us resentment, or they remove it from my salary.
Okay.
Then the bigger one is a girl. She's now in JS3. That one is one I told you. It's not stable, but between 42, depending on the party graduation level they will add, but at most it's 45,000.
The one of 16 years.
No,
No.
the one of the first two.
The third one.
The
Yes,
third one,
ma'am.
yes.
The third girl.
I have
How
three
old is she?
girls. She's 13.
She's 13.
So how did you not put first and second the boarding school that is 35 and you not put the third one into 40 something? What sense does that make to?
The girl wrote the exam,
She
others
passed the
wrote.
exam. She passed it because of the COVID. She was not the lower Lagos State will pass the exam. Eh? And maybe their hostel is filled.
Let me hear from her first.
Yes, ma'am. When the first two wrote the Lagos State Model College and they are already in boarding school. So we wanted the third one to join them. But in that year, COVID-19 period, they reduced number of children that were going to the hostel.
Mm-hmm.
So they denied her admission. I would say she did not get up to the cutoff mark that ought to make her be in the boarding school. So he now said the girl was going to retake it in another year.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him that the girl is not poor academically. That if it's a child that is struggling, we understand maybe to repeat and get better. That let's enroll this girl in any private school in our locality there.
Yeah, but even at that is so much.
Yes, private
That
school.
price is too
Private
too
school
much.
fee
She forgot
cannot be
something. Sorry.
compared
Hold on.
with government school.
Yeah, but there
definitely.
are other private school that is still less. You don't do things and put someone under pressure. You don't
The
put
school
yourself
increased,
under pressure.
yes, ma, it increased with time. When I enrolled her, coming in, all those requirements, everything, I spent 105,000. Then that next term, they gave us about 35. It's just with time, just as the country is getting, that's how it has risen to this amount. It's not as if from beginning it has been that 40 something. With time, every time if we come, they will tell us money for this, money for that. That's just it. It's not as if I purposely wanted to And he was saying that the girl will rewrite the exam. I said there was no need. Let's allow this girl flow with her. Um,
Then don't complain because for you to enroll the child there, you are comfortable taking the
I told no
responsibility.
ma, no
You
ma.
are. You
I
cannot
told
you can't
him.
enroll a child into
He
school and
said,
you are forcing the man to go and be paying what he can.
I'm not forcing him ma.
You are but you are
When
complaining
that
already.
period he was saying he doesn't have money. So I
Mm-hmm.
told him, I said, let's of course, let's try. Let's see how we can put her in a school close to us since she did not make it for the boarding school. Even the ones in the boarding school, man, if the girl goes, na me see they buy most of their provision, na me they give them their personal money. Ask him, he knows.
Which one?
The two girls in the boarding school, why I became more sad.
But you say you had him say they spend how much, you spend 100,000.
Only when he pays their school fees,
Madam,
he buys that
I
hold
can
on.
comfortably
He buys
pay
that
my
pro-
4 children's school fees.
Madam,
I can comfortably let us stop paying. I
Mommy,
can comfortably pay
mommy.
my 4 children's school
But
fees.
I allow him to talk.
Eh?
He's the man of the house.
I can comfortably pay
Yeah,
my
they will
children,
sort out
the
this
four
thing.
of them, I can comfortably pay their school fees. What happened was this girl passed because of the
Don't
COVID.
go back again. Once you see you can pay.
I can pay. I can comfortably pay their school fees.
So which area do you want her to be supporting now?
I've been the one doing everything. It's just that these 2 children, because she went to put the girl where she felt, she said over her dead body with the girl, go to a state secondary school.
And you also want to okay, go ahead since you feel over your
You
dead
have the
body.
money
Be alive.
to put her in private
Of
school.
course.
I
That was
never
what happened.
mentioned that
That was
statement. Ma,
what she said.
it's a lie.
That
I
was
told him
what
that
she
the
said.
girl will never go to estate secondary.
Is that not
I never said
you
over.
well, that
My
is
dead
over.
body.
Hold on. When you say the girl will never. Over
He
you must
said
not
it.
say over your dead.
The
When
way
you
he said
stand on
it.
something, you say over. The
Ma,
girl
he
will
knows the
never.
implication. He wanted, man, do you know even before the secondary school, I've been paying the girl's
Abeg, let me
fee
check
right
this thing,
from
abeg. Let
primary
me check
school.
that thing.
Ma, ask
The
him,
leaf, yeah.
did he ever pay the girl all through primary school? So it's not just the secondary school.
So it's been gone.
He didn't pay all through Michelle's primary school. The girl is mature. You can invite her and hear from her.
They are idiot. Both of you are but madam, calm down. There are certain things you don't know. There are certain things you are doing that you don't know. Maybe when you leave it, you go and do some comments. There are certain things you are doing that you don't know. There are some women that take care of their responsibility from A to Z and nobody dey hear. But that is not the kind of prayer we pray any woman want to pray for herself. And such person is dying also in silence. But if you have a husband that is picking some reasonable bills in your home, my dear sister, sit down and be taking how both of you can manage each other. I always tell you, if you do something, do your total calculation.
No, you said that you almost went to 20% it's owner. Then you were saying that it's one.
The toner is 100. You collected 100 before. It's 100.
So collected 150.
150 before rather. Both the rent of the other guy. This guy rent that will recover.
Mr. Sonny.
Eh?
Yes.
And what of the
This is Mr. Sonny that one that will recover.
which one?
The rent that will recover.
Where is the visa scam?
This is the visa star 1.3.
The rent is 750,
770.
770. What of the other guy, Mr. The one of generator
Yeah, they make 150.
again?
Yeah, that woman, that Caroline, 90,000.
Which Caroline?
Now, the one you removed the payments receipt that you want to able to confirm. Let me do my question.
You do the total distance and they go and submit it to. Which one is this? Your own. Which one is this?
This is
Abba.
Michael.
Which one? Which one is this?
And that's the visa
That's-
star.
Okay, visa scam.
Yeah.
This one. You ask Michael to send you the expenses from that end, then the one from your own end, and then I'll tell you the total balance.
For
Then
the
you write
selling.
yes fast. So that is it. But there is not everything that we will say on air. Because there are certain things that I'm talking that people begin to blame. People begin to blame him. So let's take that to the counseling section so that they can also tell you where you are not doing it right and where he's not also doing it right totally. So marriage is for both parties, for both of you. And this your begging that you beg, I just want to believe that you want to change.
Listen,
Not go and beg, gree, gree, gree. You not allow us to talk. You kneel down and do everything. At the end of the day, after getting home again, you start another thing. That we are not going to invite you people here. You only see us with our siren in your house, pick you with police straight, gender from there, charge you to court, and take the children so that the kids also will go and stay with them in shelter. If to keep your children in shelter is what you want, you are on your own. If you want them to stay with you, you watch your children, you are on your own. Some that have been for over 8 years now, they have not set eyes on her daughter, her two daughters. So don't think government Lagos is not like what you people think. So are you writing that you'll be taking care of the four kids, or you should take care of the one and you take care of the three, or you take care of the two, you take care of the two? Which one
take
is
care
it?
of all the children. I do all like people take care of my children.
And another thing, please, that your I want to ask you, madam, why is it that your husband give you money, you want to stay in the estate and be buying things as what?
He doesn't give me that kind of money. Okay, the day before we fought that fought, this money he gave me to cook soup was 1,500. That he told my daughter that give the money to make soup. Buy food for 500. Is it 1,000 I used? I made soup with, I just added money. He doesn't give me, he's here. He doesn't give me money.
But did he normally shop in the house?
Yes, most like recently, there has not been, because he knew I took him to human rights, he bought bag of rice. The pumping machine, we've been fetching water in our pumping machine spoil. Most is when bulbs, small things, electrical things happen like that, I fix them. It's not because I have money, but I know it's kind of, I just do it. So recently, pumping machine spoiled. I came back from work, my children said
But
they
there are
fixed
things
it.
you should do
I
also
do.
as a woman in the
Madam, my
house now.
mommy, I do it. I did the pumping machine. They told me that the repair is more, that it's coil. And I was not having so much money. Because recently, the girl in the boarding school that is doing WAEC, I used about 25,000 naira to do a practical food and nutrition. He knows, he said he will not pay. He will not contribute. My husband didn't contribute any naira. So I was lack of cash that period. When they announced the pumping machine was 12,000, I met him. I said, bring 6K, make I bring 6K. Make we take do this pumping machine because if they carry water climb up, he go dey give us pain.
Have they fixed it?
He fixed it because he knew I'm coming. He fixed it. He bought this rice. Those are the two things, and the carton of indomie.
But
If not,
has he been
didn't know,
buying?
he used to buy once in a while, but he left most of, you know what I mean, man. Money wey be say man go give you, say take for your children to cook, and he does it. I do it.
But you two, you are not romantic. You don't know that to get money from man sef you suppose
I don
to
do
get
many
something.
mommy even for bed try to say that thing you promise me, my husband go tell you say
You wey don dey refuse am since April, the man dey count April and
mommy
February for you, na
mommy
you dey say you dey do.
mommy it
You
is
don't know how to
well.
collect money from your husband.
He will not
Don't
give
worry,
me.
when
He
you
can
meet us we
give
go tell you.
amen.
Mm.
He can give
No be
people
one way
but
ticket,
I don't
oga.
know. I don't
I
know.
know say you no dey give her the money because she too dey do anyhow.
Madam,
Talk
truly,
true too.
see, I don't want to swear. I provide everything in my house.
Everything. You can't say everything, but I say everything. Do you provide her wig?
No. Since
Even
Then
my
it's not
health,
no,
everything.
see,
even when I'm
mommy,
sick, when the
mommy,
children
see.
are sick, I take them to chemists. I enroll them in health center because of he will not. Because he will not, especially when he told me those two are for me, the other two are for him. The girl that
But
he's
people do
saying,
it like
mommy,
that
I
now.
know, and
People
I've
do
been
it like
doing
that
it,
with
but he still
understanding.
beats me on it. That's where I feel cheated in this matter.
We will resolve it.
All through primary of that girl that he's saying is secondary.
But do you know
I
you
did
talk
the
too much?
payment.
Do you know you are a
Sorry.
talkative? Is it because you are a teacher? No, teachers like that. Teachers and lawyers they like talking.
Mommy, he made me start talking, and this type that wants my private matter. That's why I've not been carrying my brothers along because I feel their name.
No
But
worry.
I just feel that I've kept quiet too much and things have gone so bad.
He's still with it. He's still under control. He's still under control, Mr. Basil. Go and put up your undertaking. Then we'll tell the state to take for counseling. You need it then. Uh, if you said you take care of your four children, what do you do for a living?
I'm a photographer.
Professional photographer.
Yeah.
How often do you do that? How often do you get jobs?
2 years ago, I went into car business. So I sell cars.
You sell cars now.
Yes. I have three under my care now.
Where do you display it?
Inside the estate there. But I just removed them. I, the Cadillac is an American car. I took that one to Apple Junction last week. Then Camry is in front of the estate.
Yeah, but car business is not something that you see money every day. Because I will not that's why I say don't agree anything on that place.
Madam, it is my
Or you have
response.
other things that is giving you money.
Those are the two things I do.
Do you have a studio?
I left it for my younger ones.
So how do you not snap as a photographer that you say you're a photographer? How do you work that bring your income?
I get jobs. I've done it for more than close to 30 years now. So I have enough clients.
Madam?
Even I cover their school. This is their end of year um, graduation.
Mm.
Even I do their school jobs.
How much do they pay you if you do such?
Like the school frames I don't do for them, they pay 300 for it. But I saw
For one?
so I did it for 5,000 now. And they 60.
And there are many.
Yes, for the graduating students. I do it for them almost every year. Mommy,
Then other places.
I do.
Do you cover events?
I cover events, yeah.
You have been covering events.
Yes.
What is your recent event you have covered?
That was February when E-Money came to Miami Club. I am not events.
How much was that?
200 something.
E-money come. You now be 200. E-money is supposed to give you like 3 million.
No, not E-Money that paid, the owner of the club.
And you know meet E-money, say you snap and special snap, come give am before you leave. You don't know how to
No, I'm a
business.
professional.
If you're a professional, that is when you snap e-money and before e-money go is photo.
If I'm
Photo will be
covering
on
your
Twitter.
wedding, I have to concentrate on you and your husband and your people. I don't do I've never done papa in my life. Those that go to weddings uninvited.
You are not smart. That papa na him dey give papa
No,
money.
they are suffering. They are not doing well.
You are doing well, my brother. Now you know dey smart. No be say you are not doing well. Na there even dey do well pass you. Na smartness na why you are doing this. Carry person go dey go stay dey sign only one person this thing. Collect 200. E-money event where e-money enter. Eh? If you
It's
e-money dey
because
collect
there's-
time.
it's because
Tell
there's
me,
no
let me tell you what to do so that you can collect better do and stop arguing. You stay there. That is where you are telling your wife go and pay to some amount of money. To say e-money don't drop e-money for you. You know wetin be e-money? E-money na sasa. Eh? Let me see. I look at it. This money you no need am at all. Big girl.
No, no, it's not like that. So.
Go and
Like, I was
calculate
even-
it now. Go and do total calculation.
when you told me that I should tell them that it's the ending of the month, they are coming for their money. So majority of them, I told them it's the ending of the month before they finish what they get to me.
And then
So
you
now I was
can
not thinking maybe we should not calculate the money together. That's it for the June and July.
of your
Yes, together. We should calculate it together so that we can, since we are not, there is nobody we are discussing to before it.
Ah. Do you know how they can't call they are giving? Better go and call them. They were just calling, shouting, calling, sending messages. So it's better you do just call them.
But the other one that even called you, that I said they want to put in a conference call with you, is the defendant has not paid any money. That was the one that
I'm on air. It's not necessary. Just go and do what I ask you then. Then you call them to come on. It's better to have it because compiling it to become another thing because it should be a monthly something. Okay, now that we have a photographer as a defendant in our office, whenever we're having events, your contribution to that place is to come and cover the event free of charge. Otherwise, I will tell your wife to come and report you again. Then die your nail. I'll make sure you do frog jump. I'll show you people that do frog jump. Yeah, I'll cover it. Did you agree? Is it a deal? But see,
if I'm free, that is a deal.
eh?
If I'm free, it's a deal.
If you are free, you see yourself now. Don't worry.
No, really. If I'm not,
If you are free, it's a deal. That is it.
I don't want to. I'm thinking of leaving that business. I'm afraid this car business.
How many cars have you sold this month?
I started the business 2 years ago. I'm
How
not sold
many?
any car this year.
This year?
Yes.
You see, say you need person need to, somebody was asking, is this man normal? When you go home, if you are reading it, your wife will show you. Somebody is asking, I hope this man is normal. See, you're thinking you want to sign undertaking to be taking care of the 4 children school fees, then the business that is giving you instant turnover or instant income, you want to leave it. We are in half of the year, the beginning of the year till now, you have not sold one car, and you want to leave photography business that they are paying you 300,000 at times in school, 200,000 in a club or an event. You want to leave it for a car business that you can't even make profit of three, even 150,000. The car belongs to you. Those cars, they belong to you. You need to think well. You think like a man, you don't think like a child. But this your statement now, you talk like a child. You leave something that is giving you money, instant money, turnover money, to go and stay in a business because they call it car, and you want to put your children into the car and take them to school or church on Sunday. For that reason, you want to live as a big boy. You that is a professional photographer want to leave your professional work for a car business that you are not trained for. Then tomorrow you said, I have not sold cars since 1 year now, no single car have been sold. That become an excuse. Oga, stay where you stay. You should leave photography business for car business.
No, you should do something more lucrative than
Look for something that will be giving you, if you have something that will be giving you daily money, even if it's not a white collar business, all you need is money. Whether you earn salary, you need money. You are selling a kukuru on the road and you are getting money, is money. Look for something that gives you money, that will foot your bills, and forget how to live big and no money will be in your pocket. You want to live like Abuja boys. They will clothe with inside boot, they borrow money, they will sleep inside car. In the morning they will dress up an iron cloth from Malan Center. The babariga will, you look at the person, and this is Buhari first cousin, whereas you don't know that the person don't have a house. Where are you? Please come and give him undertaking, let him sign. I don't want to hear anything from you. And that undertaking, I'm going to credit. You can see that we work with them, work with gender. This case they have solved, and I've already communicated with them. That is the message I've been sending to legal department, you see, police and human rights against domestic violence. You can see it. Gender-based violence, that is domestic violence. Any case that enter this thing must reach them. At least you can stay there for nothing less than 3 4 days. They will decide first on what to do, and depends on her complaint. If I find any complaint from that place to this place again, there will be no mercy. For your information, don't have time for that. The undertaking, give it to let him. Right. All right, thank you, viewers. God bless you.